Michelle and Nayte dropped by the Almost Famous podcast and dished all about what it's been like to be engaged. They haven't posted the entire video yet, but by popular demand, I went ahead and uploaded the audio of the interview so that you can at least hear what's going on with Naychelle. Enjoy!
So we're so happy to have you. Now, we have a big episode. It is all about love, so we're going to interview two of Bachelor Nation's favorite couples, Noah and Abigail and Michelle and Nayte. We're going to talk to them about Valentine's Day. We're going to talk to them about what their relationship's like, what the successes and struggles have been. Now, I know we have Nayte and Michelle here right now to join us. So let's bring them in and talk about love.
Yay!
Hey, Michelle and Nayte are joining our podcast. Thank you so much for coming on. It means a lot to us.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
You know, we're here, and I don't know if you've heard the big news, but my typical co-host is Ashley Iconetti. We've been able to speak before. She just had her baby, and so Trista Sutter is filling in for her because Ashley and Jared are now parents, and that's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for those two.
Right?
I've talked to her a little bit, but just even what she's posted, it hasn't been the easiest pregnancy. And so I'm sure they're really happy to have their new family member here.
Yes.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
Trista came on. We did a baby shower episode. She came on and gave some good advice, so I'm sure Ashley's prepped and ready. But we got to get some advice from you two today. This episode is titled Love is in the Air, and it is, and it's very obvious with you two because we just talked about it. You decided to match and wear the same black t-shirt for this episode, so it's a very, couple-ish thing to do. Yeah, very sweet, guys.
They have no words, Ben. They have no words.
That's great. I appreciate it. So, Nayte and Michelle, first off, to kick it off, how are you two doing? You're obviously together. I know you travel around. You're not able to be together all the time. How is your relationship going?
Hey, it's amazing. You know, we're definitely bringing all of our friends and family together, our friend groups together. You know, Michelle's been able to meet my friends from Canada, my friends from Austin. I've been able to meet all her hometown friends, family, obviously. So it's nice. It's like everybody's just coming together. I don't know. We're spending a lot of good time together, and really jumping into each other's lives.
That's important. I think that was probably the number one reason that Ryan and I don't even know if you guys know who I am, but I was the first Bachelorette, Nayte. I'm sure you weren't watching the show back then, if you ever did before. But so I think that, Ryan and I moved to Vail, Colorado right after the show. That's where he was living. And people ask all the time. And I think that was one of the main reasons that we've been able to be successful. So I love seeing that you guys are working so hard on, intertwining your lives and bringing your families together, bringing your friend groups together. I think it's really, really important for your future. And I really want you to succeed because I love the two of you together. So just from this old gal, OG, I love seeing that, and I'm excited for you guys. And on that note, I want to know, because I watched the After the Final Rose special, the big old surprise check you got. What are you doing? Have you found a house yet? What's going on with that?
I mean, that's something where we are so excited about that. Nayte and I are definitely planners.
Yeah.
We like to make sure we have all the information. We want to make sure that we're making the best choice. And with that excitement, it's so easy to just all of a sudden just, find a spot and jump right into that. But
true.
We do talk a lot about investing. We do talk a lot about generational wealth, and some things that we can do with that, and just making sure that we are setting up ourselves for those things that we want in the future. Having a family, kids, things like that. And so as much as we're excited with that, we are taking it slow to make sure that we make the right choice, the smart choice. But yes, but it is in the works.
Very smart. Very smart. Hey, Ben, I'm sorry, but your shirt, what happened? When did you change?
it got hot outside. Palm Springs is a little steamy, so I had to go with I wore the palm tree shirt because I thought it was going to make me look cool at the airport and like fit in with the rest of the crowd here. And I just got called out for it, and it's quite the look, I know. Nate and Michelle, I get this as a podcast. Your personal lives should be personal to you, and but you're talking to two people here. One who had a very successful relationship from The Bachelorette. She's married with kids, as she mentioned, living in Vail with her husband. Me, on the other hand, did not have a successful relationship from The Bachelor, but in a very successful relationship now. But I also know, even in the midst of the best times after the show for me, life gets weird and hard and unexpected, and people are very nosy, just like I'm being right now, and wondering everything about your business. Have you found it difficult at all to navigate a relationship within this, or are you guys finding like some tricks that you could share with us that have really worked for you?
I think for both of us, the biggest thing is that, everybody wants everything now, right? Like they want to know what you're doing all of the time, whether that's they want to know because they want to be supportive or they want to know because they're waiting for your relationship to fail, but for us, it's just Nate and I have really focused on making sure that we're taking the necessary steps to make sure that we do know each other fully, because it has been really fast. And learning how Nate handles different things versus how I handle different things, and just truly never letting that communication piece disappear, because that's the biggest thing. And I think both of us kind of agree that as long as we're willing to talk about it, it might be uncomfortable at times, but as long as we can keep talking about it, and that line of communication and that line of truly taking a step back and understanding what the other person is saying, I feel like that's kind of what's helped us navigate all of this.
And we also still try to be very private people in our own ways, but it's we're not used to this still. I'm not sure if there was ever a point with you guys where you got used to the attention, you got used to the fame, but as far as the negative attention, that stuff doesn't really affect us. Good.
No, you never get used to it, because there's a few things, and people always are like, you're discrediting yourself here when I say this, and I mean it. And I actually think it's a healthy mindset for me. I'm like, I did nothing to deserve this attention. I went on a dating show. I don't have any tangible skill sets.
I always say that to people too. My buddies, they'll be bugging me oh, you're going to change. I'm like, dude, I don't have any talents. People like me because I was on the TV show. It's not like I'm The Weeknd and I'm the number one singer of 2020. No, I'm just a dude who ended up on a TV show. I will always be just, I agree with you. Nothing, you really just went on a dating show. You know what I mean? You gotta keep yourself grounded. Don't let it get to your head. But
it is kind of cool to because that's kind of how I thought about it too. It's just when, people are so excited to see you, you're we both played sports. He did track, I did basketball, and you grinded and you worked for that, and the spotlight that's on you for that hard work. And when you're on a TV show like this, it's you get even more attention, and you're I didn't do anything. But at the same time, you stay true to who you are, and people love you for who you are. So that's kind of pretty cool too.
Yeah.
It's a good argument. You're right. I mean, that's the one thing at night that you can hold on to is hey, at least I saved myself. At least I've tried to do the best I can with this opportunity that's been handed to me, and literally just handed to me. At least I've tried to hold that with appreciation and gratitude. And I do take pride in that, because I do think we've tried hard, and it's oftentimes been the people I've surrounded myself with. I was just on a trip to Palm Springs with my buddies and from high school, and we were out one night, and this girl comes up and she goes, Ben. And I had a moment where I'd spent 4 days with my high school friends, and I was confused on how I knew her, and I didn't. I forgot that she knew me from a television show. And my friends are that was a weird moment. You acted like you had no clue what was going on. I was I forget. You do. So back to you two though. We do really wish you the best. And the communication's so key during this time, because it's so weird. But you have each other to lean on, and that's important to always understand because nobody's prepped for this. But Valentine's Day is coming up also. And it is a time to celebrate love, when you're in love. How are you guys going to spend Valentine's Day? Do you have any special things that you're going to start and any traditions that might kick in this year?
Traditions.
Ooh, I got a couple of things, but obviously can't talk about it. Going to ruin some surprises, whatnot. Just as long as we're together, we're thinking about actually going somewhere for Valentine's Day or that weekend. So looking forward to that weekend still.
Will she be surprised on the somewhere, or do you plan to tell her?
The somewhere we're planning together. Then
Okay.
everything else is, yeah.
Do either of you like surprises?
We both like surprises. I like doing.
He's like,
Never mind.
never mind.
I like being. I think we might be in the same boat on this one. I like being the surpriser. Like I like being the one doing the surprising.
Yeah.
I think for both of us, it's hard for us to like receive gifts.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, okay. You mentioned this. This makes me think. Do you guys know your love language?
Do we?
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do we? Do you know that book?
Oh yeah.
Was it on the show?
I feel like we do know our love languages. There
I
was.
feel like you're all of them. You're everything.
You're all of them.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That was a good thing.
A lot of places you need to hit.
Right.
I feel like. Wait, do you want to tell me mine? I'll tell you yours, or do you want me to tell you yours?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like yours is quality time. And this is not on the right track. Okay, wait. Quality.
I think it was on the show. I think we forgot.
I feel like and a lot of people I had to remember about Nate, okay? Not to get too personal. Okay. Quality time. Wait, I can't even think of all of them right now. Okay, so there's quality time, right? There's gift giving. No, there's gift receiving. If it's talking about yours, like what do you like?
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation, yeah.
Okay. Quality time.
Never mind. Ben, you got another question?
Yeah, quality time, physical touch. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Words of affirmation. You're not very good at accepting compliments.
Yeah.
That's an endearing trait though. I mean, he's a good looking dude. He's kind, and if he can't take a compliment, he's like, I don't deserve that. It's endearing.
He's humble.
Yeah, he's a humble man.
That is how Ryan is too. My husband. So it's a good quality.
What would you say, Mana?
Quality time, physical touch.
Yeah.
Bingo.
So, I mean, like, are you guys more... There's the puppy. Are you guys more like, do you appreciate a nice hug and a snuggle or a kiss? What's your on Valentine's Day? Are you wanting like just to snuggle and hug on each other? Or are you more of like, hey, let's, kiss it up?
Want a gift?
I'm a big, a massive cuddler.
Yeah, Michelle.
I'm a massive cuddler. Like, I will find every crevice of his body to
Yeah.
into,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a cuddler for sure. Hugger, cuddler,
All the above.
lap sitter. Ask my mom. I still sit in my mom's lap. I don't know.
You do? Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if it's how I was raised or what, but
That's really cute. Really cute.
yeah, sometimes, sometimes you feel like, babe. Trying to find balance.
Yeah. Jessica used to say, well, she still does, I guess. She says, if I just want to get in your pocket. And I was like, please, like, I'm a cuddler, but she just like will find, I mean, literally somehow we're watching a movie and she like snuggles in and like, she like curls up in this ball that is so her body is touching mine in some way. It's unbelievable. In fact, I find it very impressive and it happens often.
I can relate with that.
It's a talent. It's a talent.
I was just going to say that. It's a talent.
Talent.
Uh-huh. All right, guys. Another question coming your way. What are your 3 favorite traits about each other? I know you're private and trying to be private, but we'd love for you to share with our audience 3 of the favorite traits about each other.
On for Michelle, just like who she is as a person, especially when meeting my family for the first time, that was really special. Just like she just embraced the entire family, like from the get go. You know, like my family's very, or especially like I'm mainly talking about my dad's side of the family. We're very reserved. We don't really talk that much. We kind of just go with the flow, very just to ourselves, kind of. I don't know. And yeah, no, Michelle came in there like a wrecking ball, got everybody in my family. I remember looking at my stepsister in the middle of like the first day that Michelle was in Winnipeg, and me and my stepsister were just looking at each other like, yo, like, what's going on? We're seeing a whole new side of my dad, a new side of my uncle, a new side of like everybody. We're just like, this is weird. But yeah, no, she definitely brings a lot of happiness and joy and excitement out of people. I'm honestly that one hit me in such like a special way that I'm using that for all 3. That's just
all 3.
Really?
All 3.
Wow.
No, it was huge for me. It was huge for me. No.
Stop it.
No, it was just such a special, like it was only like 2 weeks ago, so it's still like really like dear in my mind or whatever the saying is. So it was just that was just crazy special for me, just because I know how my family is, and they're not like that. So
I love it.
Yeah, special. And then, like same thing with my friends. Like this is the first time in Austin. How Michelle, like kind of just how my friends. I don't know. It just seems like Michelle's been friends with my friends for forever. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how she's
so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like everybody who is important to him, they're important to me. And it might be, I mean, I know that you've known him longer than I have, but like, I don't know. I don't see why I can't jump right in. So
That's
I'm going to hug her, you know? Like
Yeah, my family doesn't do the hugs, but
now they do.
Hugging. Well, yeah, it was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It was good.
I love it. All right, Michelle.
My 3 things about Nate would just be, I think the biggest thing is like for him to be able to look at things in like such a realistic way that even like there's been times where we're talking about different things, or we're, you know, even if we like disagree, he's able to like take a step back and like actually fully like assess the situation and then move forward with that. And I think it seems like that's a really like weird trait to absolutely love, but like when you're in this world, you can get caught up on so many different things and so many different emotions. And with like
Nate, I just feel like he's always like consistently at the same spot. So it's like if we get in an argument or if I'm upset, it's like once that argument's done, like it is done. It's not a grudge. It's not anything like that. I think that took me, and it's still taking me a little bit to get used to, just because I have been in relationships where the other person did hold grudges and held grudges and held grudges. And it's just like, no, once we figure it out, we figure it out. And Nate's like bouncing around doing his own thing again, you know? And so I think that's something that just keeps the relationship really healthy. His goofy side, he's got a big goofy side. I thought I had a big goofy side. Nate has a massive goofy side. I get home and he's singing around, or he's, you know, making up his own rap while he's washing the dishes, and just like different things that like, I don't know, I thought only I did. And so it's pretty cool to just have my little like other piece of weird with me all the time.
Oh, that's so lovely.
I love it.
Other piece of weird. That's a great comment.
I know, man. It's so weird. But I think the last piece is just like his motivation of, you know, his goal setting. I'm a big goal setter. He's very much a big goal setter as well. And just like we both know that we want to do great things, and we are going to do great things. And he supports me. I support him, and it's just a constant grind. You know?
That's great. Well, you two are lovely. We're celebrating you too. This Valentine's Day season, we wish you the best love. And we know it's hard. We know it's weird at times. We know it's also beautiful so many times. And if you want to make it work, you can make it work. And there's a great future ahead. So wishing the best. Thanks for joining the Almost Fans podcast. We appreciate you both.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.